other people's opinions about me are none of my business. Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to the Feral Fandoms podcast. I'm only James. I really had to think about that for a minute.
Who am
Gay
I?
romance author or author of gay
Mhm.
romances.
Just romance. Why do we have to clarify
I
it?
don't know, but I'm here with Shannon, who apparently isn't getting enough
Mhm.
attention from me.
Yeah, I'm very greedy with attention. Give me all your attention. And that's my intro. I'm just a greedy little whore.
Today we are going to be talking about something we actually both know a lot about this time, the
Mm.
Vampire Diaries.
Go.
The Vampire Diaries has been a big topic in our family since the 90s because we both read the actual original 4 Vampire Diaries books
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
1992.
I didn't read them in
No, you read
92.
them. Well, actually, I must not have read them in 92 either because I read them, gave them to Kim, and then I gave them to you. So you were what, a
Mm,
teenager?
I was in, I think, 6th grade. So I was 11. So that's going to put us at like 99.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
Yeah.
tracks, yeah. So I didn't read them probably until all no, I didn't read them till all 4 were out because I binged them.
And they were so good. They were like crack
They
cocaine.
really were, and it was, like, for the time, it was exactly, like, that juicy, like, I mean, it
There
had
wasn't the arc at the 3 the well, for me, because I was 11, it was my first, like, will they, won't they, which
the love
one? And I like
triangle.
Damien straight out of the
Yeah,
gate.
me too.
Straight out of the gate.
We've been villain lovers for a long time.
It's true. But, like, they're not too villainy. I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah, I mean, well, Damon, in the books, he was not as
In
bad
the
as he is in the show. Yeah.
yeah. Well, which one was the Confederate soldier? Stefan.
Was he a Confederate? I thought he was a Union soldier.
One of them. They were on the opposites
Well, they're supposed to be in
in the books.
Virginia, and I think
Yeah,
Virginia
one
was
of them was a
Union.
Confederate soldier.
Well, Damon never goes to war, does he? Just
Vampire
Stefan.
Diaries can.
Because I know Jasper Hale from Twilight was definitely a Confederate soldier.
I wanted it to give me. Was Damon Salvatore a Confederate soldier? Yes, Damon was a Confederate soldier in the American Civil War. He joined the Confederate Army to please his father before being turned into a vampire in 1861.
That's right. Okay, that's right, because Damon's older. I
I
don't
knew
know
one of
why I
them was.
forgot that
I
Damon
wanted it
was
to be
older.
Stefan.
I
I
I
wanted it to be
know, I
Stefan.
know.
I know.
But after Damon killed Lexi, I was like, not Lexi, bro. Come on. Like, talk about like, oh,
Everybody hates a party girl.
I know she was just so cool though.
I was Lexi in the early 2000s. And you know what? I'm glad no vampires killed me. Because look at me now in my cul-de-sac with my babies. You can turn a whore into a housewife. You can. Okay? Producers, writers, directors. You could do a little coke, give a BJ in a bathroom, and then still end up on the golf course.
Like,
Okay?
did you see that TikTok
Fuck
where
off.
it's like your mom used to be a hoe and she's like,
Yeah.
she's dancing with the broom. I was like,
Yeah.
mhm,
My
yeah.
kids will never know.
Oh, they will. Trust me.
My husband doesn't even know the half of it. Thank God he doesn't listen to this podcast. Good thing he doesn't support me in all my endeavors. Mm.
Uh,
But the show versus the book,
Right.
right? The book is so good. I should reread them.
I think if we reread them, we would realize that they're probably really hokey.
Not that good.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
because
probably not that good
I
anymore.
used to watch that stupid Teen Witch movie from like the
Hmm.
80s, and I was obsessed with it when I was a little kid. I went back and I watched it and I was like, this is literal trash. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And so I'm afraid that if I went back and I read the Vampire Diaries now, I would just be like
Hmm.
crushed by how not great
It
it
was were
is.
simpler times. It was simpler
But I
times.
did find out. So because I was talking about how L.J. Smith lost the rights to her characters or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. We brought that up last. Was it
We were
last
talking
week?
about we were on a different episode when I mentioned it.
Yeah. On a tangent,
Yeah,
as
on
usual.
our one of our usual tangents. And
Uh-huh.
but I learned that she actually didn't create those characters. She was work for hire, which back in the 90s basically meant they handed you the stuff and were like, write this series.
Oh, and then you write it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I've heard about that in other
Yeah.
books.
So she apparently didn't have the rights to those characters. Alloy, who hired her, did. Hence the reason why they gave her the opportunity to keep writing the stories once they got picked up by the CW.
Yeah,
But I guess
the
they didn't
CW.
like her version. They decided that
Mhm.
they wanted something more quote unquote commercial. And she wanted more spiritual, more like
Because
mystical.
it was more, I wouldn't call it like gothic because it wasn't gothic,
It was like
but it was a
modern
little bit
gothic because they had like the
the
ravens
book,
and the
yeah.
fog and all the things the first 4
Yeah.
episodes of Vampire Diaries had before everybody was like, "What is
A
this?"
crow, a random crow.
That's why I have my 5-episode rule because of the Vampire Diaries, because the first 5 episodes
Mm.
are so embarrassingly bad.
We were gonna watch it no matter what,
Yeah,
though.
of
We
course,
were
because
because
we
one
were
thing about us, we like to be the people that if we read the
yeah,
book, we're those assholes that even if it's trash, especially if it's
yep,
trash, we love talking shit.
it's
We
true.
love talking
It's true.
shit.
And we love talking shit during a movie.
You people would hate
People
to see us
hate
coming.
watching movies with us.
Hate it. What was that? What was that thing with the sci-fi theater?
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah,
That
that's
yeah, that
us.
was us.
We're the silhouette sitting in front of you just talking shit, and we don't care.
Exactly. Sometimes you get a good movie theater though, and you're like, everybody's talking shit. Those are the
Mhm.
best nights. Like everybody's in on the joke. It's so great.
Movie theaters are so dead
Oh
now.
yeah.
When I went to see, what did I just
Did you see
see?
Sinners in the theater?
I did see Sinners in theaters, but that wasn't the last movie I saw. Must not have been that good
Oof.
because I don't remember. Sinners was
Sinners
great.
was amazing. Yeah.
All right, Vampire Diaries.
Yes. So yeah, so I found out she didn't actually own the rights to those characters. So she didn't lose them.
Mm.
But I will say she was great at monetizing it anyway, because when they basically kicked her to the curb and Julie Plec started writing the novels as well as directing the show, uh, she just went on Kindle Worlds and started writing fan fiction of her own characters the way she wanted it to go. So she was still monetizing her work. She just
How do
pivoted.
you get money from fanfic? I thought you can't get money for fanfic.
Okay, so Kindle Worlds, which is now gone, it's defunct, but basically Amazon made deals with certain, so like one of them was the Vampire Diaries. I'm trying to think of like, I can't remember the others, but say like if somebody wanted to write like ACOTAR fanfic or whatever, they would go
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
the publishing house and be like, we want to license the ability to basically pay people to write fanfic for this world or whatever.
Then they have to pay them for it, right?
Right. Yeah. No.
You have to
Yeah.
pay the publisher for it. Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure what was happening is that like Amazon gets a cut, of my royalties. I'm sure Amazon was getting a cut, the publisher was getting a cut, and then the author was getting whatever pennies were left over, essentially.
Yeah.
Per
And they make you pick it
usual.
up with your butt
Yeah.
cheeks.
So I think that's how they managed to get away with it. But honestly, I don't know why I think they got rid of it when they decided they were going to do Kindle Vella, which is like their was their serial platform. That's gone too now. But like where you would release like an episode a week, like I do with
Okay.
like The Night Movers and
On
Vengeful
Patreon.
Bond.
But that makes sense to me because you're the author.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, no,
yeah.
it was all like
But that's
original
but that's
stories.
the thing about you being indie. Nobody can just tell somebody they can do that. I think that's because you own your people,
Yes, exactly.
which is good because you made them up in your brain,
Yes, I did.
which is crazy. One of the moms asked me because she knows. I told her I do author services. I don't even know what I do, and she goes, "Oh, are you a writer?" And I was like, "No, girl. I can barely put together a text message. I don't know the plot from the beginning to the end of my text message."
I'm so burnt out after doing like that whole 13 Nights of Halloween and like
They loved it though. They loved 13 Nights of
well, I've
Halloween.
added like 6 stories for the release for the Villains and Vigilantes anthology, which is
Yeah.
all the stories kind of like bundled together, which means I've written
Yeah.
80,000 words in the last 3 weeks, which is an entire book. And I'm so tired. Back to the Vampire Diaries.
Oh shit. Is it canon that most people hate the main character of Vampire Diaries? Because
Ooh,
I did not hate her in the books,
I didn't hate her in the
but
books
I
either.
fucking hated her in the show. I was like, this whiny, sanctimonious, high horse
And what's
bitch.
so funny is I know that it wasn't Nina Dobrev that I didn't like because I loved her as Catherine.
I like, yeah. Oh yeah.
So, like, 'cause sometimes you
When
get an
she
actress
became, yeah,
playing a part and you're just like, "I don't like
yeah.
her." Not the part,
I
I
don't
just
like
don't
this
like
snarky
her.
bitch. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
it wasn't that
yeah,
at all, like, I think Nina Dobrev is great, I think she did an amazing job, like, she speaks,
yeah.
like was it Pol what was she speaking in the show? Polish? Like, she's no,
Something.
Czechoslovakian,
Yeah,
like, she's
some
her
shit. I
roots,
remember.
like, she actually speaks the language, um,
Hmm.
and I thought all of the backstory and the lore was fantastic, but
Yes.
yeah, I'm just like, she was so
She was so
freaking
whiny in the
whiny.
show, so whiny, and so she was like the morality police. You're surrounded by vampires and werewolves and witches
What's funny
and other shit.
is that Matt and her were the exact same person, except
Hmm.
Matt got so much shit. Everybody openly hated Matt, like, as a
Hmm.
character. They just hated him.
Yeah. If she didn't want vampire dick, she would have been a fucking vampire hunter.
Yeah, that's
She was racist against them, but then she kind of wanted to fuck
it's
them. She fetishized them. Wait, I'm making connections here. Hmm.
hmm.
Who would she have voted for in 2016?
I will say
Political
that
con-
Vampire Elena was way better than
Yes.
non-Vampire Elena.
Vampire Elena was better, especially when she turned off her empathy, right? What is
When
that
her
what they
yeah,
called?
when her
Yeah.
switch, when she yeah, when her and Caroline were both peak vampire, like, when they went on
Yes.
that binge, I was just like, "This is great. This is, like, the real girl bonding, right?
This is
Just
we're girl bossing.
slutting it up
This is
and eating
this
men."
is literally girlhood. Yeah, killing men, fucking them, and then murdering them like praying mantises,
Exactly.
as God
As
intended.
God intended.
As God, she would want this
I
for
think
us.
so. I think she would. But
But and then okay, so another thing about the show, and another thing, they were orphans, right? Yeah,
yeah,
because of the car
well,
accident.
theoretically, they were orphans, but both her parents were still alive, remember? Her uncle was her father, and then
Oh, I
her
forgot.
mother was
Yeah, because they went
Alaric's
way out of they
wife.
okay, so they went way yeah, they went way fuck Alaric all the way forever. But
Okay, to be
I forgot
fair,
about that.
Alaric was a great fucking character. I loved
Yes,
Alaric
yes,
until I
yes.
realized that the guy who plays Alaric is a fucking monster.
He
Yeah,
is.
now
He
he's
is.
ruined Alaric for me, so whatever.
Yeah, because he was a decent
Yeah,
character.
because the
Also,
bromance
Vampire
between him
Diaries
and Damon, top
made
tier, top tier.
yeah. Oh,
I'm just saying, like,
I also
Damon
I'm
didn't
not
cry
above
for
the
anybody
incest
else,
of
but
Damon
he
and
cried
Stefan.
when Alaric that's all I'm saying.
Mm. Also, I feel like Vampire Diaries made a lot of shit up, like the switch, the morality switch or whatever. I've never heard of that in any other vampire lore. They're just like, we need a reason why all of a sudden
I think
we're
it's just
just
like,
killing
we need them
motherfuckers.
to have a berserker mode.
I need them to go turbo slut on these
I
bitches.
need them
But
to
we need a reason. There
well,
has to
they
be a
had to have the
reason.
morality switch because it was the only way to justify why nobody murked Damon in the first season.
Yeah, and for Elena to go, Stefan, please. Please, Stefan, it's me.
And I'm sorry,
It's me,
but the most
Elena.
unbelievable storyline in the Vampire Diaries is Stefan as, like, some sort of just, like, monster, because I'm sorry, I just cannot picture him
Was into it at the
being
time. I
this,
was like,
like, even when the only time I thought he was not a killjoy was when him and Caroline had their little off switch moment where
also, them being together doesn't make any sense either. Sorry. It doesn't make any sense. What's the name of the originals guy that I like?
Klaus.
Her why they abandoned that? I will truly is it because she didn't want to do originals? I don't know because that would have been so cute.
Yeah, no, I think
Grumpy Sunshine. I love Grumpy Sunshine.
It's the best trope, but also it's like uh, the good girl, bad boy, like turning him into
And
a
he's
good man
so
kind
hot.
of thing, you know?
So and his brother too.
Okay,
Oh, at the
Elijah's
same
mine.
damn time.
Elijah
At the same damn time.
Elijah was like, chef's kiss. Like, Klaus, I
Yeah.
get it. I get why people think, like, he's hot,
I would Eiffel Tower them.
but
I would take
Elijah,
him to Paris,
there's
baby.
something so hot about a guy who's just, like, super restrained and looks so put together all the time, but then just, like, will flip that switch and murder 18 people because you, like, must his girlfriend's
Or
hair.
like when he's mean to his brother,
Yes.
and then like, but someone else is mean to his brother, and he's like, ah, I'm gonna murder 200
Yeah, he's like,
vampires
"This
in the
sucks.
heart
I
of New
really didn't
Orleans.
wanna get blood on this
Ah,
shirt, but this is what I
I
gotta do."
truly think Originals is better than the Vampire Diaries. I think I just like the setting of like New
Yeah,
Orleans,
I think
and
it's
I
just
like
our
my
cup of
vampires
tea.
old as
Yeah,
fuck. I like my vampires like I need the CEO of vampire. You know what I mean? Take me to the top.
yeah. I think
That's what I like.
I think
Like the
Rebecca got the
Volturi, I would in Twilight, I would have been in the
yeah,
Volturi. I'm like, who's the VIP in this
yeah.
bitch? That's where I'm trying to be at.
I think Rebecca got the short end of the stick as far as the Vampire Diaries goes and the originals. Talk about somebody who
Yeah.
just was kicked constantly while she was down. I don't know what
They
Klaus's
put that
beef
bitch
was
to
with
sleep.
her.
They were like, you know what? You're going back to
Yeah,
sleep. They
the amount of
staked
times
that
they
bitch.
staked Rebecca was almost comical by the time like, all she had
Like,
to do
did
was
she go
be
on
like,
maternity
"I just
leave?
wanna go
They're
on
just like,
I just wanna go to prom," and they're like, "Fuck you. Back to sleep for you."
she even rolled her eyes. Should that be, it's time to go night night for 100 years.
Exactly.
It's
It's
rude.
so rude.
It's the patriarchy, and she had to live it over and over. And she just wanted to have a little good
And
time.
finding out that Stefan gave her necklace to Elena. Remember?
Stefan is the
He
villain.
really is.
And then how they ended Vampire Diaries. What?
When they tossed Stefan into the river, like, still alive in that box, I was like, "Good riddance."
I mean, I need a little more closure than that. Like, what? I thought they ended it so sloppily. They're like, and then we threw Stefan in the river, and we
Hey,
kind of
Stefan
shed a
gets
tear in
hurt,
the
doesn't
woods.
he? Do they kill Stefan in the end of Vampire
They put
Diaries?
him in. No, they think they put him in the cave.
Remember.
The
God,
witch
I
dies. The witch
completely
dies. Wait,
blocked it.
wait. The people are screaming. That's not how it ends.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, that was
how
definitely
did?
like the whole kicking him into the ocean didn't last because they went and got him, but which is also how do you find
Oh,
him?
okay.
You
Okay, the Vampire Diaries ended with Stefan's sacrifice to kill Catherine and destroy hell. I don't remember that. Elena waking up from her magical slumber. Damon and Elena returning to live a long human life. I remember
yeah.
that together before finding peace in the afterlife. Other characters also found their own happy endings, such as Bonnie traveling the world and wait, I thought Bonnie
No,
died.
Bonnie didn't die. Enzo died,
Okay.
which pissed me off,
Traveling and Caroline and Alaric opening a boarding school for young supernatural
which was
beings.
the spin-off.
I never watched
It was
it.
actually it was pretty decent. It was I mean, it was more what do you call it? Like a little hokier. Definitely felt like it was more for kids than it
Like
was.
Hogwarts?
And
Like
not
Hogwarts, but for
kind
vampires?
of. It wasn't quite that. Like I don't know. It definitely had that young adult boarding school vibe that like we
Yeah.
used to love as kids to read about.
Yeah.
It definitely
Yeah.
had that. But
I'm still reading about schools, but now they're like magical dragons and they be fucking. So I don't know. I still like school vibe.
I think it's just a universal thing. Like I think girls specifically really loved
Yeah.
the idea of a boarding school. Like get to
It's true.
fun. It's like we all
You're writing a series about boarding school, aren't you, for assassins?
yeah, no, I
Okay.
do write a
So,
book about a school for assassins because
hey, what's it called? Where could they find it?
it's very gay. Shocker, I know.
Shock, shock,
Yeah,
shock.
no, but the
I
watch
don't
didn't come
remember.
from my love of boarding schools. The watch came because I was obsessed with the graphic novel Deadly Class.
Oh, just so you know, I bought a month of Peacock on your account with my money. You should watch. I don't want to make my own account because I was already logged into yours. But All Her Fault. it's a show, and I had to turn it off yesterday because I couldn't stop watching it. It's so good. I haven't liked a show in years. Vampire
Yeah,
Diaries.
Vampire Diaries. Hey, look, at
Are
this
you
point,
guys?
if
Do you
they're
guys
tuning
care?
in, they know. They just know. If they're still tuning in, they know that this is
They are tuning in because I get the emails.
yeah, exactly, the emails that are like, "You hit a new milestone," and I'm like, "Holy shit."
Like,
Like, I
really?
can't believe people actually
They're listening.
listen to us. Why?
Thanks, guys. I can believe it because we're hilarious. Anyway, like I said, originals better than Vampire Diaries, but I watched it all. The WB was such a
Yeah.
loved it. I don't know what happened with there or what happened to My Little Dancing Frog. Where did we go?
Well, it
Why
became the
aren't we
CW.
making
As soon as it
shows?
became the CW, then like things were definitely different. I mean, we had
They still make
Supernatural,
shows
we
like that
had,
anymore. Yeah.
like it was a good time for paranormal stories, And it was like we were
Yeah.
coming off that post Twilight, like, we're
Vampire Diaries was before Twilight for me.
well, it was for me
So
too because we read the books, but
yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, we're gonna be hipsters
yeah,
right now. Like
exactly.
I knew about
I knew
it
about
in
it
the
before it was
90s.
cool.
So before it was a TV show.
But the Vampire Diaries is a good indication of like how you do have to pivot though, like when it comes to because you have to think about the fact that the Vampire Diaries came out in the 90s, the early 90s. So when they
Yep.
reboot it in like 2006, like it's a whole different time. Hence the Ravens and the Fog Machines did not work in the first 5 episodes. And I'm sure they saw the ratings and were like, "All right, we got to regroup. We got to regroup. We got to figure this shit out."
Steve, get the fog machine out of here. What? We still have 30 days on the rental.
Exactly. So I think that, especially like as an author, you kind of have to follow your audience a little bit. So much of my stuff has come from my actual readers versus my own brain. Like they'll make connections that I didn't, and then I'm like, oh shit, okay, well, now they're expecting it, and now they think that I'm the one who actually engineered this. Like I'm just so
And we
clever.
let them believe
Yeah,
that.
and I'm
And or she'll comment things and she'll be like, maybe in the future. And I already know this bitch is like, open my notes app. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
oh, please.
That's a good
I've gotten
idea.
so desperate mid-book because I don't plot anything, like, I'm a pantser, as they call it. Like, I get so
A
that's
pantser?
what they call it,
I'm calling the
a
police.
pantser. Are you a plotter
You
or a
better
pantser?
not, bitch.
Flying by the seat of my pants. But yeah, so, like, I don't plan anything, I just write and whatever happens, happens. Sometimes I get stuck and I just go into my Patreon group and I'm just like, "Hey, if you guys could write the book yourselves, what would you wanna see happen to these characters?"
I mean, I already know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but I'm just
I mean, I've already
curious.
written it. I'm
Just
just
curious.
curious. Just
Like
quick poll. Quick poll.
yeah. Well, and like they begged me to write this short story about these two characters that will eventually have their own book. And now they're like, "Okay, well that was too good. Now you need to just put your other stuff on hold and write these two books first." And I'm like, "But that wasn't that wasn't my plan. Like I have two other books that I have to finish first."
Yes, daddy, no problem.
But now I'm seriously contemplating, like, okay, do I just put the watch on hold, put a pin in it, finish the last 3 books for Jericho's Boys, and then go back?
Well, what are they liking? I get more. I think Jericho's Boys is
They like Jericho's
they love it.
Boys because it still has a huge tie to the Mulvaneys, which is, of course, like my most popular series. So there's a lot of cameos, there's a lot of tie-in, not so much with The Watch. The Watch is almost kind of like its own entity that just kind of has
Mhm.
a spin-off
Hey,
aspect.
why don't you pluck one of those Mulvaney boys and
They are.
put them
Like,
over?
yeah,
Oh,
2 of
okay.
the Mulvaneys literally are in The Watch. They're
Teachers
teachers
over
over
there or
there.
something? Yeah, okay, yeah,
But it's just like it's not enough family interaction. They like that the banter. Anything our Thanksgiving is basically every day at the Mulvaney house. Like,
okay,
you
gotcha.
know,
Are their kids old enough to get some books now? Are they grown up? Are they
no,
assassins?
they're definitely not old enough, but they will be. I will age
You
their
can do
asses
whatever you
up.
want.
I will age their
You
asses
could
up.
you're like me in The Sims. Age up, bitch. Time for a
Yep.
book.
I just gotta finish all the books that I'm currently finishing in this.
Anyway, this is good for editor. Back to Vampire
Yeah,
Diaries.
exactly. But I think as authors, you definitely have to be willing to kind of pivot and change direction But also, I think that you have to be able to take things as it comes, like LJ Smith writing her own fanfic when she lost the rights to the characters. That Patreon is great for that. I think it's a good way to remonetize your own IP without having to do the whole work of writing a whole other book. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, the short stories and stuff they
yeah,
love.
exactly. And I was actually talking to another author last night about how you can take like one thing and repurpose it in 4 or 5 different ways. Like I do my short stories and then I bundle them all and they become anthologies and then like so it's Patreon content and then it becomes a book
Mhm.
and then it's like
Family and
yeah,
felonies they
yeah,
love.
family and
Mhm.
felonies. Now it's villains and vigilantes. There's a murder and mistletoe one that's
Mhm.
going to be done at Christmas time.
I was just gonna say, are you gonna do a Christmas one? Oh my god, we're like nee, 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 nee,
It's
nee, nee,
almost like we're
nee, nee, nee.
related.
Oh my god. Hive brain, hive brain.
But yeah, so like the whole like the idea of it is like so getting Patreon content by releasing the stories on Patreon first. I'm getting newsletter content because I'm doing the main story in my newsletter and then bonus content on Patreon and then I'm bundling it all and I'm doing it as an anthology. So like I'm making money off of that in like 3 separate ways. So I think that at least that's one thing that LJ Smith got to do was that she literally got to still make money off of because I mean she might not have created the characters, but she definitely made them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
she's the one who
they
like
gave her a
yeah,
shell and she breathed life into it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like and I guess that used to be super popular in the 90s, like this work for hire thing.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've heard of it where they give you like an idea and
Yeah.
then a lot of them end up being like Hallmarky type
Yeah, I
stuff.
hear that
Yeah.
there's like writer groups, like secret writer
Mhm.
groups where people sell their like outlines for stories,
Yeah.
and they like are like, I can't write
I
this,
heard
but
about it in
here you go.
Yellowface.
Yeah.
Yellowface by R.F. Kuang is about a writer. It's a very good book if you haven't read it.
Oh,
But yeah, she was a top writer and then she kind of falls from grace from doing some shady shit and that's what she ends up having to do. She has to be like not a ghostwriter,
yeah,
but
and that's the thing because it's like it's somehow different than being a ghostwriter because I think being a ghostwriter is kind of like a lot of times it's for celebrities and
for somebody
yeah, like or
else.
somebody
Yeah.
who has like a memoir type story they want to tell,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Or even like a lot of times celebrities will have ghostwriters for fiction novels that they like have an idea for because they know their name will sell even if they don't have necessarily the
Mhm.
talent to write a story.
Exactly.
But like work for hire, I guess, was more just really common. Like it's like, oh, you're a good writer. Here's a whole story outline. Just write that for us. Here's
And if
your
it's an
one-time.
easy check,
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a
is it?
one-time check. Like it's
Yeah.
and that's why she didn't have the rights to the Vampire Diaries because it was just
Mhm.
a work for hire. Here's your check. Thanks for your time. Have a nice day. But I think that the problem with that is I get too attached to my characters. Like if
Oh,
somebody had
you could
handed me
never. Also, you're too controlling. Could you
no,
imagine? That's why you could
no.
never be with a publisher. You for whatever you don't like being the boss, you do like being the boss of your own shit. Like no one's gonna tell you what to
Well,
do
because
with your
I have to have
boys.
my name on it. You know what I mean? And with
Yes, of
me,
course.
I
Yeah.
it's always an A plus or an F, full stop. So if I'm getting that
Oh,
F,
it's
it's gonna
above
be
and
because of
beyond. Yeah.
me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't wanna have to like
And then she's gonna hermit, and then you're gonna hermit for a
it's
month.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody tell her what a good job she's doing,
That's why I don't read
please.
my reviews. Like, I like
Nobody
this is
should.
what I
Somebody's who's getting in trouble right now? Someone's getting canceled for doing that. Tell us in the comments if there's comments. Can you comment?
yeah,
I don't
I
know.
mean, you can't
Oh, okay. On Spotify, comment. I will figure out how to check it. There's an author right now who's getting canceled for going to reader spaces
mm.
and commenting on critiques and reviews and it's a traditional well-known
And that's
author.
crazy because you would think the publisher would have just been like, "Shut your fucking mouth."
Don't shut
Yeah.
up. Just shut up. Shut
Yeah,
up. Readers are
you're
allowed
just
to
hanging
talk.
yourself at this
Yeah.
point. But somebody once
Yeah.
said, "Other people's opinions about me are none of my business," and that's what I live
Exactly.
by. Like, eh,
Also, they're not writing
yeah,
books. There's books that I've read that I thought were dog shit. Okay? And I'm allowed to think they're dog
yeah.
shit.
I think
We just talked so much shit about 50 Shades of Grey for a full hour.
Yeah,
I don't think she's gonna listen to our podcast and cry into her,
billions of dollars.
silk
Yeah.
pillowcase, her silk pillowcase padded with $100
Yeah.
bills.
Well, I mean, the thing is like books are subjective. Like, you know,
Yeah, it's
I
art.
always used to like go and look at my favorite books 1-star reviews to make myself feel better because I'm like, that's an amazing book. And if somebody would looked at it and was like, that's shit, then like you can't
Mhm.
please everybody, you know? You just can't. You can't please everybody. So you just have to make
And
do
not
what you
every genre is for everybody. What are you? Comfort dark romance? What are you?
Cozy Dark
Cozy
Romance.
dark romance.
My very first book that I wrote as an MM author was Daddy Kink, right? So I
Where the devil don't go?
no, that Intoxicating, the first Elite book.
Oh, is that the first book you wrote?
Yeah, that's the first book I wrote, and then
Well, in this
well,
genre,
yeah,
yeah.
and then I switched and I did Disciplinary Action as a standalone for a short story that I eventually expanded. And then I went back and I finished the Elite series. But yeah, Intoxicating was Daddy Kink, and I remember getting a 2-star review, and it was it started out with I don't know why I agreed to read this. I'm just not in the mood for daddy kink right now. And I was just like, I don't know why you agreed to read it either then. What the fuck? Why are
Sometimes you
you
don't know you're not
starring
in the
my
mood for
book
daddy
because you're
kink.
in a bad
It's
mood? Like,
I don't like gays and I don't like daddy kinks, but I'm gonna read a daddy kink
yeah.
romance.
So like you get a lot of that. Like especially when there's like reviewers, like NetGalley, you can ask to read an art copy and make and leave a review or whatever. And some of these people on NetGalley, they're like, I hate romantasy. And then they sign up for romantasy and then they trash it. And I'm just like, what do
Yeah.
you get out of this? Like,
And what's to hate about romantasy? We're just
well,
having a good time as a romantasy
but you
girl.
saw
We're
did
just
you
having
see
fun.
that girl who literally tagged the author in a horrible review? And she's like, "Your book is trash." And she's like, "It belongs in the garbage." Like she was nasty for no other reason than to be nasty.
Was it an indie or was it a big author?
I want to say it's an indie author, but I'm not sure.
That's
I just
terrible.
saw
That's
the
terrible.
fallout from it on Threads, like, everybody was freaking out because at first people were like, "Oh, well, it sucks to tag the author in a bad review," but this was not a critical review. This was just being mean for the sake
Nasty.
of being mean and then being like, "I can do
Yeah.
whatever I want. I can say whatever I want." And I'm sorry, but if you tag me in a shitty review and you talk to me like that, then yeah, I'm probably going to post something saying something back to you.
Yeah.
It would be the only time I ever did something like that because I just
Yeah. I'm
won't
gonna
get into that space.
repost it. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
repost
but if
it.
you're
That's it.
asking me, like, you're asking me to
Yeah.
look at it, you're asking me to
Yeah.
listen to your opinion, so then you're gonna listen to my rebuttal, and it's gonna sound a
Yeah. I'm
lot
gonna be
like,
like,
"Hey, bitch, why don't
cute.
you eat my ass?"
Write a book,
Yeah,
cunt.
exactly. "Can't wait to read your novel." Like,
What's your great American novel coming
it's
out?
just yeah,
Charity.
some people just are so mean for the sake of being mean, and I don't really understand that. Like, I get
Me
critiquing
either. I
something, but
actually don't even do bad reviews on Goodreads. Oh, nope, there was one, and I don't ever write words. I'm not a writer, as
I
you've
was like,
known.
"What, you do write words." I've seen
I
that.
don't. I on my reviews, it was a thriller, but really it was just torture
Yeah,
porn. And I could barely get through it. And I get through the pedophile stuff and I read a lot of no, I mean like
thriller stuff.
because my
Yeah,
characters bad things. But it was like on and on and on. I think it was called All the Pretty Girls.
I've heard of
Oh, it
that
was
book.
yeah, people were raving about it. I like a thriller. It was crazy. But as you expect, okay, like I'm down not down for it, but like I'm not new to it. I'm true to it. Like I've been here in the genre before. But they went into too much
Yeah,
detail for no reason.
right.
Like I don't need to know how this sounded and like all that. That's Stephen King shit. I'm not a Stephen
Well,
King
that's the thing.
girl, okay?
That's part of the reason I think that I don't go too into detail with like the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like I give you just enough information for you to understand why somebody's messed up. I don't do
Yeah.
torture porn. I don't like
Yeah.
trauma porn. I don't like people
Me
who
either.
seem to like get off on the details of that.
Yeah.
But, like, if I think I see something that's really toxic or that might trigger somebody, but there's no warning about it, I might leave a bad
Mhm.
review, but it's rare. Well, now it's rare because I never fucking read, but back when I was, like, reading, 10 books a week, like, it was
Yeah.
it was definitely more prominent that I would
You
leave
should
her
just move
shoes.
on.
But yeah,
Like, you close it,
yeah,
you
I'm
go,
like, "It wasn't
okay,
for
and
me,
then you move
and
on.
I'm on my
You
way."
already got
Yeah,
my $20.
yeah,
You got my
like
$20.
yeah,
I didn't steal it because I don't do
yeah,
that because I'm a good
exactly.
person.
Yeah, and, and that's what kills me. It's like, I get some like, people who return books, ebooks after they read them, that makes me so mad because there was never a time before e-readers where you could just bring a book back and be like, "This book was shitty, I want my money back."
So, come on, stop it. Cut it out.
Also being cut out
That's
of
my
the
rant for the
series.
day. Stop reading the ebooks and telling me you thought it was an audiobook. We can see it. There.
She said her piece.
Not that anybody that's listening to this would do that
No, they
because
definitely
they're
wouldn't.
cutie pies.
They're definitely
You guys are for the cutie
those are my
pies. Sorry.
diehards.
But anyway, Vampire Diaries.
The Vampire Diaries. I'm trying to think, like, because I think I'm probably the only one who watched all 3, like, the Vampire Diaries, the originals, and then Legacies kind of back to
Yeah,
back.
because I think I even ditched the originals. I don't think it was because of the originals. I think I just got busy or something and didn't come back to it.
What I did was I ended up watching Legacies, like, the first 2 episodes, and then going back and finishing the originals because I
Mhm.
realized that I had missed, like, the whole last season because I didn't understand how Klaus had died, and I was like, "Wait, how is everybody
Wait,
dead? Like, what do you mean everybody's dead?" And I was just like, "This is fucking bullshit. What?" And how is she a
wait, hold
teenager?
up.
She was a baby 5 minutes ago.
You took a nap and you woke up and you're like, everyone's fucking
It
dead.
literally was like that. I was like, Elijah dead, Klaus dead, all of the uncles dead, Rebecca dead. It's like, what the fuck is happening here?
Rebecca was
Haley
so
dead.
beautiful.
Like,
That actress should have been more popular. She was so beautiful, Rebecca.
oh, yes, gorgeous. And the girl who played Haley was beautiful too. And they were both in
Yeah.
and they were both in H2O. They both played mermaids in H2O.
Oh, are they Australian?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I Kaylee, my former stepdaughter, she used to love that
Yep.
show.
Mick used to love
Oh,
it way back
Michaela
in the
liked it.
day.
Yeah. Like would they get like a little bit of water on them and they and they have to be but then didn't they work somewhere where there was water? I don't know. There was a lot of fear of getting sprinkled with water.
I only remember parts where they were, like, on the dock and that it was kind of homoerotic between Rebecca's character and Haley's character. Like,
One thing we're going to do is make it
well,
gay.
there was just a lot of weird tension between the 2 of them. And then when from what I understand, they're actual friends in real life now, probably because they've been doing shows together for so long.
Yeah, they're forced
Yeah,
proximity.
exactly. No,
Some
check out the
write the
trope,
fanfics or fanfics write
writing
themselves,
themselves.
baby.
But yeah, like,
Write
so
that down, readers.
I know.
Writers. These people are writers.
But yeah, like, so they knew each other for a long time, I guess, but there definitely seemed to be some as far as I'm concerned, there wasn't enough gay in the Vampire Diaries. I will say that.
It was the time. There wasn't gay. It wasn't enough gay anywhere. Who was gay in that show?
Not
Anybody?
until season like 5 or 6 when the twins, do you remember when Kai shows up? He gets Bonnie and Damon get trapped in that world with that fucking evil, crazy dude. Chris Wood plays him.
Remember? I don't know. It's been so long since I watched the
Okay, you
show.
wanna talk about a perfect villain. Chris Wood, sexy as fuck, absolutely
Mhm.
unhinged in every conceivable way, nothing redeemable about him. Stabbed his pregnant sister when she was pregnant with twins. Like, he did not give a single fuck,
Okay.
but was so sarcastic and so unintentionally funny that you
Hmm.
couldn't help but kind of get excited when he showed up on the screen. 'Cause you knew it was gonna be chaotic and bloody, and you were
Hmm.
probably gonna be mad when it was over, but he just had such great presence that, like, the minute he
Hmm.
showed up, I was like, "Oh, no, here we go." But
And he's gay?
he's not, but his brother is, like, so he has twin siblings, one's a girl, one's a
Hmm.
boy, and they
Hmm.
go to school with Elena, and that's kind of how, like, she gets involved in the whole thing, but
Damn, they went to school for a long ass
they
time
were in
too.
high they were in college at this point. This was the
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's how long it was. That's why I'm saying it's probably season 5. It was after she became a
Okay.
vampire. Um,
Still go to college, by the
yeah,
way.
exactly. You can still be a vampire and go to college.
As long as you have a special magic ring.
Yeah, a special magic ring and you don't mind using like Capri Sun
Veg
blood bags.
They use that trope in every vampire thing. They're like, how do we get it so that they're not actually eating people? Blood
But it's
bags,
so
blood
funny to watch them
bags.
just like stab a straw into that blood bag like it's a Capri Sun. It makes me laugh
Like how they don't eat food, but they always find a way for these vampires to get a little drunk.
always. Well, yeah, because like drunk vampires, who wouldn't love that?
Drunk, sexy vampires, but I like them a little androgynous, you know, a little more like a Interview with a
Yeah,
Vampire type deal
that's
for
my
me. Yeah.
biggest beef with the Vampire Diaries is it was not gay enough for me. And I'm sorry, but if you've been on
Mhm.
this planet 200 years, don't tell me you didn't try a dick at least once or the
Listen, they'll say they did. These men are
Damon,
they're trying to.
Damon and Enzo, like okay, first off, Damon and Alaric, like I said, a little too much tension there. But Damon
Mhm.
and Enzo, there was very much a wink, wink, they like nudge, nudge,
Mhm, mhm,
like
mhm.
implying that they had something more going on than
Yeah.
they were saying. But Enzo and Bonnie were supposed to be endgame, and I think that's where they lost me. Is
I didn't like their storyline with Bonnie really at
well,
all.
because Julie Plec allegedly
Mhm.
hates Cat Graham. And some people say, oh yeah,
Really?
some people say it's race related, some people say they just never got along, but it was like her personal
Mhm.
mission to make sure that Cat Graham's character was miserable all the time. And she was completely
Interesting.
underutilized because Cat Graham speaks like 7 fucking languages, and she's a
Does
singer.
she?
She's
Yeah,
super
and I liked the witch vibe that they did, like, but they underutilized, like, she's the only witch, her and her mom? That doesn't really make
also,
any
it was
sense, like.
weird once you hear about the beef Julie Plec had with Cat Graham, then you kind of, like, go back and
Mhm.
you watch the show with a whole different, like, you
Yeah,
know and
hmm.
obviously Cat Graham
Yeah,
and
I know, I didn't know that.
the guy who played Alaric did not get along.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he
Yeah, yeah,
always
yeah.
had beef with her, and he was apparently very, very hostile to her on set all the time, which
Hmm.
is
Well, that
awful.
makes sense. Well, it makes
Well, yes, it makes sense as far
no,
as, like
I'm not
no,
justifying it. I don't think it's good,
no,
but it
but it
makes
definitely
sense.
makes
I believe, girl, I believe you. I know you're listening. I believe you.
it's just crazy because I loved Alaric's character, and then it turned out he was more like when he played Warner in Legally Blonde.
Oh, yeah. What? Like it's hard?
Yeah, he played such a douche in that movie. He's just
Yeah,
a
I heard
really
that. I did
shitty
hear that.
fucking person. That's why I stopped watching Legacies, because I heard all of this stuff about him, and I saw how he was behaving. I'm not gonna support that shit.
Yeah. You know who's so funny online is the guy who plays Stefan.
Oh, what the hell is his name?
I don't know.
Paul
Not Walker. I don't know
Paul
why I was gonna RIP, RIP, RIP. He's so funny.
Yeah, nobody
Stefussy?
takes
Was it Stefussy? Like
he takes
he
his
leans in
Paul
so
Wesley.
hard.
Paul Wesley.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, he
He's funny.
definitely he's in on the joke. And him and
Yeah.
Him and Ian Somerhalder have a whiskey
Mhm.
company,
Mhm. They do.
which I think is
They're just
hilarious.
goofy
They
boys.
are.
They're just silly goofy boys,
And Ian
and they
Somerhalder
don't
is
mind
very
being.
hippy dippy trippy, like very.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's
Well, he used to be with the Elena chick.
oh yeah, no, him
I
and
don't know
Nina
their
Dobrev.
real names.
I think a lot of that obviously is why like the sexual tension between them. It's really hard to pretend you're in love with somebody else when
Yeah.
you're literally
Your
dating your
boyfriend's right there.
boyfriend who's
And he
just a
and that's
rival.
your boyfriend, and that's also your boyfriend. I just want 2 boyfriends, and I want my boyfriends to be boyfriends.
And,
Is that too much to ask?
but Paul Wesley's wife also played in the show.
Which one?
She played the doctor in later seasons, a doctor who knows about vampires. I remember that. There were so many
She's probably
episodes.
is she the blood bag supplier?
Yes, exactly. There were so many episodes of that show, and I used to like, it used to be my comfort show, like, it used to be the one that just
Yeah.
played all the time in the background, and then, like, I
Mhm.
don't know, I just woke up one morning and I was just like, "I can't do it," and then I found another comfort show, which turned out to be
Yeah.
BuzzFeed Supernatural, like,
Yes. I know.
so, I don't know, but yeah, for the longest time, I would say probably 3 years, The Vampire Diaries was running in the background of my life, like, 24/7.
That was me with Parks and Rec. I don't know
Oh
why.
god, I know, because I used to sleep in your bed and you had that shit blasting like you were my mother. Like, I have never heard somebody who can sleep with a
I'm the type of person that, like, don't let my dreams don't leave my dreams up to chance. Put a plot line in there because this should be this too much. Too much.
Uh,
Don't let it do too
yeah,
much.
no shit. But I don't know. I think that Damon and Elena were actually like that perfect couple because it's what every girl kind of like secretly loves is just like,
Yeah.
the bad boy, but also like the one who's only nice to you, just you. He would
Our
literally
favorite.
burn down the world just for you, you know?
Just for you.
It's
Yeah,
like you
exactly.
can't get enough of that
We all
trope.
love it.
Yeah, you can't get enough of that trope.
Yeah.
It writes itself. And then also,
Mhm.
Stefan was such a martyr. He was such a
So is
buzzkill.
she. So is she, though. So is she. Oh my
But
God.
imagine how
Stefan,
insufferable the two of
no.
them would have been as like a long-term couple. They would be the couple you avoided at every fucking party.
Stefan and Caroline? Come on. That was silly.
Stefan and Caroline were like such good buddies. You know what I mean? Like I wish they had just left it
Yeah.
as a friendship, but yet again,
Because it
can't a
makes
guy
no
and a girl can't
sense.
be friends without one of them wanting to fuck each other apparently. Like so when that whole thing went down, but honestly, MVP is Caroline. She banged every single guy
Mhm.
in that show. She fucked
True
every
that.
single guy in that show. And
It's
honestly,
true.
fucking good for you, girl. I would too. I would too.
At the same damn
Yeah,
time. At the
like,
same damn
she
time.
had every one of them. I was just like,
Mm.
"God bless." And I remember just sitting there one day going, "Wait a minute. She's literally fucked everyone."
And she's the good girl.
Yeah,
Don't forget,
yeah.
she's the goody two
But
shoes.
the best thing about
But
Caroline is she's such a type A personality, right? Like, if you needed shit done,
yeah.
Caroline was the one that everybody called.
I loved
Me too,
Caroline.
she was
I
great.
loved
I
her.
hated her in
I wanted
season
her with
1.
my yeah,
She had
yeah,
a
yeah. She was
very
hella annoying
excellent
season 1. But they were
redemption arc.
all a little bit annoying in season
Yeah,
1. They were all a little bit
yeah,
annoying in season 1.
Caroline had the best redemption arc for sure.
Her being when she first found out she got turned into a vampire was one of my favorite reactions. She was so fucking annoyed.
Yeah, she
She
really
was
was.
so
She
annoyed by
was
that.
annoyed that people thought that she couldn't, like, control herself,
Yeah.
and she was
And
annoyed
she
that
wanted
people
to go to
thought she was
prom.
different.
Yeah. Yeah. She wanted to do high school like to the
Yeah,
most.
she would be a Cullen. She would be the one who did high school
Yeah.
over and over and over and over again
Mhm.
if she just had if she could
100%.
do it with all of her friends over and over again.
Exactly.
If she had her built-in clique,
Exactly.
she would have literally just done high school forever.
Yeah. 100%. But yeah, she's one of my
Yeah,
favorites. And Klaus, obviously. Call me.
I liked Vicky, Matt's sister. I
Mhm.
wish they had kept her around a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I saw Vicky as a real person. You know, she was more real than the rest of these. Who's that fucking uptight in high
Yeah,
school?
and
Like
also
these kids were walking around like they were 40 years old, like drugs. Don't do drugs. Like do some drugs. Grow up. Come
it was weird
on.
that she was hooking up with Matt because I think he or not Matt, Jeremy, because like what he's supposed to be what, 15 in the show, and I think she's supposed to be 17, which is not a huge age gap, but still 15 and 17 when it comes to a boy and a girl might as well be 30 years. But Jeremy was another one who was like insufferable and then he became like one of my favorite characters and then he became insufferable again.
He's like, oh, I want to hunt
Yeah,
them.
I was like,
Like
"What the
what?
fuck
For
do you
what?
mean you're a
Why don't you just
vampire
go to
hunter now?" Like,
just go to algebra.
yeah,
It's okay.
he got jacked in one of those seasons, like, when he became, like, the quote
He was hot. Yeah, yeah, he was hot. They're all
and
hot. I mean, they're all hot.
he's older than Elena, which is funny as fuck to me that he played the little brother. Because
They all by the end of the show, they all looked 48 years old.
yeah,
Like graduate.
yeah,
Okay, go.
yeah,
Okay.
there was no
I thought
passing
vampires don't
there
age.
was no passing
But
Paul
y'all are
Wesley
aging.
or Damon off as
Yeah.
high schoolers.
Well, because they put the show on a little too long for them to not be aging.
Yeah.
Because by the end, you're like, yeah, you guys look hella
Yeah,
different.
also, Ian
Hella.
Somerhalder has one of those faces where it's like you can tell early on in his life he was like a construction worker where he was outdoors all the time. And then he
Yeah.
built like that whole habitat thing for like
Yeah.
animals
They
and
were
stuff. So like
aging.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was
They were
definitely
aging. Yeah.
aging like somebody who was
We were not passing
aging.
off
Yeah.
immortal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Neither am I,
No
baby. Okay.
shit.
Neither am
Like
I.
I mean, Ian Somerhalder is aging like wine. He's great. He looks fantastic. I also like the fact that he kind of just looks homeless when he's not working, and he's just like, "Yeah, this is just
Yeah, they
me."
both kind of look homeless, and I also like that they both interact with the fans, and they don't care that that's all they're really known
Well,
for.
and that's the thing. I think it's the same thing with Supernatural. I think they were all just
Yeah,
kind of like, "We make a lot of money to hang out with our
yeah,
friends and do
yeah,
this job that we love. Why are we acting like we need more than this?" Like most people would kill to be in our
yeah,
shoes. And they love their fans because they get to do the same thing. You know, like because of them, they're the reason like the show lasted as long as it did. And I think
yeah.
and I think that that's kind of like K-pop is the same way. Like K-pop stars love their fans. They are extremely possessive, extremely like loyal, very protective of their fans because they know how easily they can disappear. Like they call it the 7-year curse in K-pop because that's how long the contracts last and most don't get renewed. So like they know that at best they have 7 years to do this and then hopefully their fans will follow them into solo careers or whatever. So like
You hope.
you gotta be grateful for what you have. And a lot of these people, especially in movie acting, I think they're just always just like,
Like, okay, I'm not Hermione
yeah,
anymore. Look at my
yeah.
tits. I don't know if she did that.
I don't know if she did either.
I'm just saying stuff.
Actually, the only person I know who did
I'd
that was
pull.
what's his name? The one who played Harry Potter. He got naked on stage. He like almost immediately.
He's like an actor
Yeah, no,
now. Like
he definitely.
he's on the
But
stage,
that's the
darling.
nice
He's on the
thing. Is like he
stage.
has so much money
Yeah,
that he can just do weird indie films for the rest of his life, you know?
and he has a face for it.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does. He has one of those
He has
character faces, you know?
character face. If you ever say that to me, I'm gonna cry. Shannon, you have a face for character acting. Really? What character would that be? A beautiful woman?
But they say no, they say this
A beautiful woman?
that there's just certain actors that never
I know what
got,
you
like,
mean. Yeah.
top tier, but, like, I mean, Daniel
Mhm.
Radcliffe obviously is an A-list actor, but, like, there's just certain
Yeah.
actors you see in all these movies, and they always do, like, these epic roles, and you're just like, "Why do
Yeah.
these people not get more
Yeah.
recognition?"
Like, I am a heroin addict who traveled the world and
Saving babies,
saved
like
children. Yeah. Yeah. And then you're like, wow. And it's a true
yeah,
story. What? Wow.
unless it's
And he
not.
had to lose 75 pounds to do it. What?
Yeah, that's the other
And then you never hear about that movie
yeah.
ever. It just like it got shown at the cans and
Yeah, exactly, and they won a
and people
bunch of
saw it.
awards, and people were like, "What was that?"
Yeah. Some guy in Manhattan's talking about it somewhere in a coffee shop because he saw
Exactly.
it.
Uh,
Well,
I think we've exhausted this topic. I think we had a few good points for authors in there, hopefully, somewhere along the way in our long, rambling, whiny.
leave the shop talk in there. That's for authors too. You guys like that? You want to hear about
You like that?
work? You, you guys want to sell books? This is what it takes. You gotta be dedicated. You gotta fucking talk about that shit. It's Christmas, motherfucker. Load up that Shopify. You got
I
this,
will
authors.
I will say that I am reloading my Patreon course onto onto our Burned Out Muse Patreon. So if
Mm,
you are an author and you're looking to finally jump off the cliff of Patreon, I have an entire
do
course
it.
that I'll be dripping through our $25 tier on Patreon. It's starting today. I'm gonna put the first course up. It's an older course that I did last year, but I'm gonna repurpose it because it's got a lot of good information in there. But yeah, so you can find us patreon.com/slash the burned out muse. You can find us anywhere at slash the Feral Phantoms podcast or slash the burned out muse, depending on what you're looking for. But yeah, so I don't know what we're talking about next week. I haven't decided yet.
It'll
It'll
be a
be a surprise to all of
surprise.
us. Uh,
It's always a surprise to
yeah, I
me.
know. I'd love to surprise you
I'm
with
a,
topics. You're like, oh,
I just show up. I'm just the straight man here, I think.
never has that been more true.
Wait, am I a straight man? No,
Oh,
that's my nightmare.
it does
Oh
sound
my
like a
god.
nightmare.
I mean, in this economy, it would be
Yeah,
nice, but
no shit. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Bye.
bye.